It's a relaxation technique a psychology used to practice just to have a clear view, to have a fresh mind, to have in a happy peace of mind. So just you have to sit, have to follow my instructions. Okay, just close your eyes, just follow my instruction. Okay, you can relax your hand over your lap. Now you're going to take a deep breath through your nose. Inhale, take a deep breath through your nose. Good. Blow out through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth in a slow process. Good. You are relaxing your shoulders. Inhale, exhale. While inhaling, you are getting all your positive energy, all the oxygens that requires for each and every cells in your body. Okay, you are inhaling the ample of much oxygen into your nose that fills your whole body as well as brain. Okay, exhale out. Exhale your carbon dioxide as well as your worries, your stress factors, what are the things that are annoying you, that are exhaling out from you. Okay, inhale. Good. You're inhaling all the positive vibes that enters your body. Exhale. Good. Okay, relax your body. Just open your eyes. Today, the topic I'm going to say is just an introduction about psychology. Okay, the psychology, actually the term that derives from the Greek word. Hope you know, isn't it? It's derived from the Greek. That psych means soul, spirit, a lively breath.
Yes.
So spirit or soul. And logy, that normally OGY, that means studying of something. OGY, studying of something. That psychology means studying of one's own mind and behavior. To say in a clear word, it's a scientific study of our mind as well as of behavior with respect to our environment factors. The behavior modifications. I would like to share something. Just please wait a second. I'm just going to discuss the basic. Hope already you know a definition of psychology. Actually, as I already said, in psychology is the study of mind and behavior. Okay, especially how we behave, and this process starts in a younger age itself. How the child behaves, how it observes the things from the environment, even from their parents and the social factors that decides the child behavior. Later on, the child gradually behave and develop their attitude, their aggression, and many personality factors by observing the surroundings. Okay, so that comes under development psychology. So to describe in psychology, this definition that was showing in the screen was approved by the American Psychological Association. Okay, so psychology is a study of mind and behavior. The discipline embraces all aspects of human experience, from the functions of brain to the actions of nations, from child development to care for the aged. In every consumable setting, from scientific research centers to mental health care services, the understanding of behavior is the enterprise of psychology. So to say in one word as to psychology, understanding our one's own mind and behavior. Do you know who is the father of psychology?
William James?
I think Wilhelm Wundt. He was the first to speak about the psychology, to open a new lab. He was the first. So he's considered as a father of psychology. During 1870s, usually the psychology was merged with philosophy. So later on, this Wilhelm Wundt, he developed a lab regarding the psychological test, so that he is considered as a father of psychology. So let's see the definitions that are given by different descriptions and explanations of state of consciousness. This was given by William James. He is also a psychologist. So descriptions and explanations of state of consciousness. Are you getting? Consciousness means how we realize the things. So it's as I said, psychology study of things, and that field helps in clearing out one's own consciousness. How he thinks, why does he think so, what are the things that make him to do such a thing. That is description and explanation of state of consciousness. Okay, for example, if one person get angry, means what are the changes can able to observe some small factors. You can be able to identify that thing, this guy is getting anger, is in not in a not. Any one factor you can be able
when
to
that person get irritated, like if I talk to them, they'll be like, oh, go away.
By observing. Then any other factors you can able to any other factors, their face might change, isn't it? we can able to observe. Am I right? Their face will be different from when they are happy, and when they are in anger state means their face expressions will be changing, isn't it? Yeah. Then whereas anything, any of the factors you can feel when what are the factors you can able to identify a person is in not in a normal state, he's in an anger state. Anything, what are the things you can able to find?
Tries to argue a lot.
Yeah, you're questioning the
Expression definitely changes, face expression.
okay. What are the expressions you can able to find? Hey, just a discussion. Don't mind. I'm asking such a things.
No, ma'am.
Just to feel the things about psychology. That so if what I means I can see like breathe. If means when a person a calm state means we couldn't able to hear their breath. But when the person is angry means they feel something aggressive. Their breathing pattern something different. Can you able to feel what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. They breathe
Restless,
like
a feel of
deeply.
restless. Yeah,
Yeah.
restless. Some might have a sweating too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes, right.
some of them.
Yeah. Okay. So these are some of you said some factors. I said some factors. So these are some of the observation. So the things we are using this is observation method. It's just an example I'm saying. So using this method, observing the behavior of one person. Okay. For in a sense, if we give a particular a psychologist designing a tool for an experiment to conduct whether the person is angry. So for that, the psychologist will set certain set of questions or ask them to do a particular task, okay, relevant to the situation, what a normal individual can do. If the person in an anger state, he couldn't score that point, okay. So that comes under the experimental psychology. Just to give an outline, I'm saying this, Taranika, okay. Yeah. So, okay, that is psychometric, that is measuring. If the person does in a laboratory, sitting in a particular place, you sit here and maintaining a particular data and particular environment factors, some strategies, and it follows means that comes under the laboratory. That is experimental. Observing the same technique in group of peoples, in a common peoples, in a public places. Okay, that might be a like of what to say field, that is naturalistic field or naturalistic. Many types. So to diagnose this, okay, let's come again to the definition of psychology. So descriptions and explanations, as I said, how the angry will be, the person will be restless, his body system, his nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system gets activated. Okay,
Yes.
These are some of the explanation I said, how the person is in which state of consciousness. Description and explanations of state of consciousness. This was described by William James and Wilhelm Wundt. I said that Wilhelm Wundt is the father of psychology. What he defines is study of consciousness. What he describes about psychology is positive signs of the conduct of living creature. Positive signs of conduct of living creature. How the human adapts the environment and how he does in a particular behavior. This explains the interpersonal behavior, interpersonal relationship. We are living in a society, and the behaviorism, how we do, how we behave with our parents, how we behave with our family, friends, that comes under psychosocial factors. Their behavior also reflects one's own interpersonal behavior pattern. Next, move to the scope of psychology. Actually, psychology is not basic. It's broadly classified into two basic, that is basic psychology and applied psychology. Okay, basic in a sense, fundamental, the fundamental psychology. So now we are going to basic psychology. Basic psychology means these are the essential, the main parts of the psychology. From the basic psychology comes the quality of life, that is the detailed version of basic psychology. I mean, can be said as applied psychology. Okay, so two types of psychology is basic psychology and applied psychology. In a sense, applied psychology helps in improving the quality of life of the human being, whereas basic psychology explains the basic human life behavioral patterns, the social factors, everything.
So, basic just explains
Fundamental.
it.
Yeah, if I explain, keep on explaining the developmental, social, you can able to understand. Basic in a sense, fundamental, because as I said, psychology is a study of mind and behavior. Okay, I said it's a study of mind and behavior, but to say in a simple way, it's easy. To give a clear explanation, we have to check out. For instance, we can consider a baby. That baby, how the baby develops after 20 years. That child may be an adult. He might be a personality of intelligence, developing cognitive skills. He might be a master in engineering or else a doctor. Even the same child may be struck into a negative attitude, less motivated, low confident child after 20 years. Just hypothetically, I'm saying that depends upon how the child is growing from the young age itself. Got it? The child will develop after 20 years into adult. His behavior and attitude can be checked out by psychometric analysis and all test and all. But from starting basics, developmental psychology will tell at this age itself how the child will do, what are the factors that influence the child to behave in a particular manner. For instance, I'm giving a child daily a chocolate. If you write the homework, I'll surely give you a chocolate. For instance, okay. So the child gets motivated. Oh, I'm going to get chocolate. I'm going to write. For instance, it's a positive attitude. So if I keep on producing it, the child may develop in a good. If the mother also in the childhood itself keep on encouraging the child to play nicely, means for instance, the child may be athletic in future. Got it? That describes
Yes,
the psychology. So that what I'm saying, the basic in a sense, fundamental. Okay, what are the factors that are responsible to which is a basic cause for the behavioral patterns or behavior modification of adulthood, a person or adolescence. That what I'm saying, basic means fundamental. That fundamental can explain in like developmental psychology. As I said, just an example, a child is developing from infant stage. Okay, likewise that Freud explained that oral stage, phallic stage, anal stage, like that. No, like stages.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
He mentions that in a particular stage, the child will develop. If the child behaves in such a manner in childhood itself, in adult, he will be like that. That was he explained in that Freud, that psychoanalyst theory. Okay, purely shows a lifespan. That is how from zero, as soon as a child born till the old age, that describes developmental psychology. Okay, ma'am. So let's come to social side. Social, in a sense, the society. We are living in a society. So how the person or a child, even an adolescent, how he behave with his family members, with his peer groups, with the social factors, environment, his society, how he walks in office, how he behaves in a particular situation. These and all comes under social psychology. Am I clear, ma'am? Physiological psychology. Okay. And this thing we discussed earlier. That I said now, if a person gets angry, means what are the things we observed? The person might get he feels we said that we can able to observe his face will be modified, his facial expression will be changed, he feel irritated, sweating, breathlessness. I said now these changes was done as a result of getting stimulus from the environment, so the brain makes him to behave in such a manner, his nervous system gets activated. That is, there are two types of nervous system in our body. One is sympathetic and next one is parasympathetic. In autonomic nervous system, there are two types, sympathetic and parasympathetic. That the negative, that is when we feel tension, we feel fear, when we feel stress, anxiety, to say in a negative state of emotion, shall we consider. In that, our sympathetic nervous system gets activated. That causes that rushes our adrenal, that makes our adrenal to secrete more. Then stress hormones will be released. As a result of this, we feel stress, we feel breathlessness. The stress as you know, that stress hormones will be increased. Now we feel or restless, isn't it? These are the physiological changes. Physiological in a sense, a body. So these are some changes taken place in the body that can be detailedly studied in physiological psychology. So the external factors or a mind, our behavior, even for instance, if we feel sad, means some people won't like to eat the food, isn't it? So our mind reflects, but we have to take a proper amount of food at the right time, healthy foods, isn't it? So our mind have a reflection over our body. So if our mind is not well, the physiological state of mind is also, body is also getting varied. Okay, so this such a study is physiological psychology. Next comes the abnormal psychology. Abnormal psychology in a sense, we can for a 10-year-old boy studying with his friends in a classroom, all the students were observing the teachers in a particular, whereas one boy is keep on annoying, not interested in listening class. Okay, might or else he'll feel sad, or else he's crying always in the class. Okay, that we have to check out why that person, what are the factors disturbing him, whereas his environmental factors, or else he has any fear factors, or else he has any trouble in get observing whether he's having any learning disability, autism, like we used to say now, learning disability. Some persons will be hyperactive, couldn't able to sit in a particular place. These type of studies comes under abnormal psychology. So next comes the basic psychology. I said now experimental psychology. So experimental psychology, in a sense, we want to find a thing. Consider we two are a psychologist. We want to consider we have to check out a factor whether really the child. I said the boy was crying in the classroom. We are going to check out that we are making a plan. We are setting a particular room and particular time, and we are observing the boy, and we are giving a particular task to him. I'm just telling you just an example. Okay, so that we are observing in a particular, we plan and we are implementing this. That comes under experimental psychology. We check out how the person reacts in a particular situation. That is experimental psychology. Psychometrics means you just consider as a measurement. Okay, that is, for example, if as I said, do you have an idea about Binet test, IQ Binet test, intelligent questions, IQ test? It's like type of a measurement. The definitions, basic psychology. Also, psychology, the definition was a study of mind and behavior. So it's very mandatory to observe one's own mind, how we behave according to the situation as well as environment. That decides our interpersonal behavior pattern. Okay, so environment also reflects and make us to behave in such a manner. So psychology types, now we have partially completed that basic psychology. As I said, two types of psychology: basic psychology and applied psychology. So in basic psychology, we just discussed about developmental psychology from young age till the child born to old age. Social means that social factors, how we behave in the society, family, peer groups. Physiological means how a body reacts according to the situation. Depends upon our emotional state, our body changes, how it happens. That's physiological. Abnormal means how the child varies from other child. What are the factors varying that is abnormal? Any disability condition, learning disability, writing disability, that comes under. Experimental means that just in a particular setup, we are planning a particular set like lab like pattern, and we are observing a particular behavior. That comes under experimental psychology. Psychometrics means the measuring, using that particular tool. As an example is Binet. We are giving some simple task to check out the child's IQ level. Is one of an example of psychometrics. So measuring. Cognitive is to check out the brain function, multitasking capability.